Hi, FOS Nation. Welcome back to another exciting episode. Today, we are going to look at mixed design of concrete. And basically, what mixed design entails is that it is the process of mixed proportioning the different components of concrete, that is, cement, sand, coarse aggregates, and fine aggregates, in order to achieve a target strength. And the target strength varies depending on the particular application of the concrete. That means where it's going to be used, what sort of loading is going to be and stresses are going to be expected at that point, and that sort of thing. So typically you have there are some standard mixed designs for concrete, ranging all the way from a target strength of 10 all the way to 25 Newton per millimeter squared. So anything above 25, usually a mixed design is done. But even the rest of the standard mixed designs, there are ratios to which all the different components of concrete have to be mixed in order to achieve that target strength on site or at the batching plant. Usually, concrete batching can be done using two methods. There is batching by volume, and there's batching by weight. So typically in volume batching, the materials are measured on the basis of volume. Do note that this method is less precise compared to the weight batching that we'll discuss shortly. And in volume batching, what you would use are measurement boxes or gauge boxes which have their volumes known. They have predetermined volumes, and these are what are used to measure the materials. Cement is taken usually in form of bags, where a typical bag of cement weighs 50 kilos, and that 50 kilos is translated into 35 liters. So batching by volume, as I mentioned, is less precise, and if we can avoid it, then you're advised to do so, and rather you go for batching by weight. So batching by weight, let's look at batching by weight. Batching by weight, the materials or the components of the concrete, the cement, coarse aggregate, fine aggregate, and water are mixed on the basis of weight, as the name suggests. It is a more accurate method, and these items are usually weighed using weighing scales that you'd find on the batching yard or batching plants. And you'll find that when you're batching by weight, your target strength usually plus or minus does not go so far away from what you'd expect. So you are more or less sure that you're going to get what your mix design indicates you're going to get in terms of strength. So batching by weight is usually a good way to go. So you find that a big challenge usually, a design can be sound on paper, but when it comes to the implementation phase of a project, then depending on how the concrete is mixed, whether it's a pre-mixed concrete that's done off-site at a batching plant that has computerized control systems, or it is being done on site, but also on site it can be done differently. There are different techniques. There is mixing by hand, that is, they're batching by volume using various containers or boxes, or it can be done using mixers. These are some drum like apparatus where all the aggregates, cement, water are put and mixed thoroughly before they're spewed out, so that they can be taken to the location where concreting is to be done. So control is really required on site when concrete is being mixed, and that's where the mix design comes in place. So if a contractor is organized, then there's less worry, because most likely they'll have an engineer who will be able to control this process so that we achieve the desired strength. And it is not recommended that concrete be mixed by hand, just by skilled or unskilled laborers using their own judgment to mix the concrete and assume it's going to achieve the target strength. So at the bare minimum, we'd expect sites to have the mixers, the drum mixers that rotate and mix the aggregates and cement, water, all those components of concrete properly, so that we achieve at least the target strength. And you'll find that most sites also, depending on the location, weather plays a huge role in terms of the mix design, because sometimes temperatures are elevated or temperatures are very low, and of course that affects the concrete mix, and necessary adjustments need to be done in the mix design with the engineer's discretion, so that the target strength is still achieved with all these other uncontrollable factors influencing the mix design. The sure way of establishing whether mix design was successful or not, of course, is taking samples during concreting. And of course, the two typical ways we do this on our sites is by taking cube samples for compressive strength tests. That is where you take samples, test it for crushing at 14 days, at 21 and 28 days, so that you assess the strength of concrete. 28 days being the duration where you'd expect the concrete to have 100% or 99 to 100% achieved 99 to 100% strength. And 21, we're looking at about above 70% strength. The other test is the slump test. This just will test the workability of the concrete, and this is done using the cone method, of course. And a good slump, we're looking at not anything less than 100 millimeters, and that will be the sure way of testing if your mix designs are successful or not. So this episode was basically to educate you guys on the mix design, what it is all about, the importance of getting the ratios right, the importance of getting the mix, performing the mix properly in terms of mixing the aggregates, and of course the tests you do to confirm that whatever was concreted has achieved the target strength that is specified in the design. So stay tuned for another episode. Guys, please like our videos, subscribe, share and comment. It helps with the algorithm, and it helps in getting these videos out there so that it might assist other people who might need to see them. Thanks.